Hello, hello, ladies. I hope you can hear me well. I hear a little echo. Do you hear a little echo, Joanne? You
No,
okay?
no, not this time.
Okay, perfect. Welcome, welcome to our very first She Did It web series interview. Woohoo!
Woohoo!
So it is my utmost pleasure and honor to begin the series, technically the third series, with none other than Joanne Savoie Malone. We're going to have fun this evening.
Woohoo!
If you ladies don't know, if you're new to the group, so Joanne is part of the executive team for She Did It, and she has been doing a phenomenal job in leading us in these web series interviews, interviewing some of you fabulous ladies. And so actually, if you're looking to be featured as one of our guests, it's definitely time to get that going. So I will be putting that in the chat so that people can set up their interview if they're interested. The goal really is to get to know you, get to know what you do, just know the success behind the entrepreneur behind the success, behind the beautiful business that you've decided to share the to the world. And so, so here at She Did It, our goal is to accompany you, is to help you grow both personally and professionally. And so, as you know, we have many initiatives, and the web series is one of them. I remember needing to be inspired by other women that were doing it, as I started my entrepreneurial journey. And so I decided to do this, to feature some of the fabulous women that I've had the pleasure of meeting throughout my 15-year plus in business. And it's such an honor again to have my first guest to be Joanne. So thank you for agreeing to this, Joanne, number one, because I know you love to interview. So this is, your first being interviewed on the She Did It platform. So welcome, welcome. So I will allow you to present yourself. Tell us a little bit about who Joanne is. Go ahead.
First of all, thank you so much, Karen, for this opportunity. This was quite a little bit of a shock when you asked me, but I am the interviewer. Joining the team, joining you are, a great role model, a great leader for this amazing movement. You are an amazing instigator, and she's, you're like you're always pushing a little bit,
That's it.
and
sometimes coach.
Yeah, so we all need that sometimes, and I've learned so much from you. And I'm basically mostly a transition coach, and also my passion is helping mostly women over 45 that have done it all or done it with everybody, has had a successful career, and giving them that little push that there's still more to come even after you had a great career. A lot of them, like executive or people have been in the corporate world, all of a sudden it's okay. I've raised my family, the mortgage is paid for, I want to do something more. And I've helped these women and even some men actually just last week into going to that next step to going for that dream that they want. And that's my passion. And I just love putting that little fire under them or giving that little push. It's just amazing.
That's it. I love that. And you're such a firecracker, So I can definitely see that. So you're an instigator yourself, you know?
Oh yeah,
So I
like
love it. I love that. And so tell us about how you came to know that you were destined to be an entrepreneur, or if you even had that thought, or how did this come about?
well, the reason today I'm here is also because at one point, and the reason I love helping people and say, yes, you can do it. Yes, you can grab for that dream. I was actually, now it's been 5 years, I was in a corporate world. I was miserable. I love working with everybody else that I was with. I had a great career. I was, I was doing, had a great salary and great. I loved what I did. I was the IT recruiter, but uh, I had a really bad boss. And sometimes, we leave our job because of bosses. And I happened to be working where as well with consultant, and that's where I met Lisa Anna Palmer.
Yay,
And I
Lisa!
think
My
you all
twin.
know Lisa. And I, for some reason, I'm always find the person, just like you. Sometimes I just come up with, oh, I have this little issue. It seems that it's the right thing at the right time. Lisa
Wow.
was there at the right time. I had to put her forth on a some kind of an RFP. We started talking, and I wanted to know more about her. She was so nice, and she introduced me to the passion test.
Ah, yes.
So the passion test is about discovering your passions. And one of my passions that has been really stuffed inside of me was that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to have my own business. Never thought I could do that.
Mm.
It was buried inside of me. But with her, with the process of the passion test, it came out.
Love
And
it.
and then, and we became really good friends, and we did some collaborations with the passion test and things like that. So it's amazing sometimes when the people around you are the one that give you that little push, or that community. And that's why I believe so much in the She Did It community,
Woo,
because
woo,
we're all there
woo.
to support each other. Yes.
Hooray.
And it's a safe space.
It feels so good to hear you say that. Thank you so much, Joanne. She hasn't been paid to say that, by the way. This is coming from her heart.
Now to a shade.
So thank you so much for saying that. And that's really phenomenal. Just the fact that you were able to believe that this could be, something that you could do by being surrounded with women that did it, right? So I think that's amazing. Do you think that that's maybe a key driving force that made you really believe you could do it, and then just kind of jump in it full time? What made you do that jump?
Well, first of all, it was in a way, yeah, the bad boss. I said, okay, I've had it. Let's
Mm-hmm.
just do it. So I've learned also to be grateful even for the things that are bad, because
Yeah.
sometimes, a door that closes, another one open, or
Yes.
you leave a bad situation, there is something else out there. It's not, you have to go look for it. And there's also the lessons learned.
Yes.
Well, but I really believe that I could make it. Not right away, not instantly. It takes a while. There's a process. Initially, I started a business as a recruiter. So I had my own little recruiting firm, which did very well, by the way, the first year, and I was really surprised. But after a year and a half, I was still not my passion, and I still went with, okay, what do I really want to do?
Mm.
This is when I got going in different direction, trying different things, and I've just been exploring. And I think, you shouldn't be afraid for the exploration. You might get overwhelmed, and that's when sometimes you have to take it easy. But I think the exploration, it's what's going to make you, like, if 5 years ago, I wouldn't have said, oh, in 5 years, I'm going to be right here. I have like readjusted my course so many times, but because I've been flexible with that, there's been some ups, there's been some downs, but overall, where I am today, I'm just, I love it, what I've learned, and it's just like, I just want to keep on going.
Love that. That's so awesome. And like you said, we have ups and downs when we are in this entrepreneurial journey, and everything we go through counts.
Yes.
Every experience counts, and contributes to our success, really. And so maybe you can tell us like what success means to you. Like, how do you have ways that you measure the fact that you're successful? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, sure. Like for measuring is something, yes, I need to implement more in 2021. So there's no, I want to be a business. So I want to be 2021. I want to bring it to the next level.
Yes.
But right now, my success are measured by the people I'm helping.
Yes.
Like the realization that some people have, or the confidence, even in job search. So I'm working with an outplacement company, Clarity, who is a wonderful company here in Ottawa. And the clients sometimes don't have confidence even in their, sometimes in their LinkedIn profile, or even their resume, or even helping them do some mock interviewing. And the tools I've given them for that, and then the success that they've gotten, and the aha, and even through the other programs that I do, just their realization that, oh my God, I can have a dream.
That's it.
I can do it. Just like I was working with this nuclear physicist who's just awesome. And she was 60 years old. She was laid off, and she didn't want to retire. She wanted to keep on going, but her people around her kept saying, her friends, relative, family, "Oh no, it's okay. It's time to retire now. You're 60 years old." And she was depressed. She was down.
Wow.
She said, "This is not." So she came to me as because she was laid off, and she said, "I don't know how you're going to help me. I've been through job placement or outplacement companies, and and my resume is fine. This is fine." I said, "Well, no, we can do whatever you want." And then she was telling me she was depressed, and I said, "Listen, I'm going to tell you one thing." I said, "Your friends are there for a reason, but stop telling them about your plans and don't listen to them."
That's it.
And it was a aha moment for her. She was like, "Wow, Joanne gave me permission," and we started doing some brainstorming and into what she really wanted to do. So, anyways, today after 8th session, we've been meeting about monthly. She's now CEO of a startup in the U.S., and she's loving life, and she's amazing.
I love it. What a beautiful story.
And she was saying that she thinks that I believed in her more than she believed in herself. And that to me her success is my success.
That's right. Love that. And I love your title, Energy Officer. I love it.
I give energy to people, get energy to their dreams, generate energy to their life. Yes.
That's it. And we need so much of that, especially nowadays with everything that what's going on in our world, It's really easy for us to lose that energy, that positive energy. So love it. That's so amazing. And
you can't be up all the time. I have my days, right?
Of course.
And but I'm learning also, especially through COVID, like you want to be on all the time. But I've realized that sometimes self-care is so important.
Yes.
And lately, even like I have to say, yesterday, because 2 days I was so tired, and I said, "Why am I tired? I'm the chief energy officer." So I said, "Okay, that means I need to take a break." So
That's it.
yesterday afternoon, I laid down. I had a nice nap. I listened to some beautiful,
Love that.
relaxing music, and you know what? That this morning I got up and I had my energy back, and
That's it.
yeah.
Love that.
So I think it's important. Like you can't be up all the time, but you have
No,
to listen. You have to. Okay, I'm tired. All right, it's time to take a break.
that's it. And that, I believe, is a key ingredient to become a successful entrepreneur. And having been, in a place where, I've had to start all over because of the fact that I almost died.
Yeah. Oops, Karen.
I think
That's it.
I've become a big proponent of it. Like it's just a must. And so, do you think what are your thoughts on other key ingredients for being a successful entrepreneur? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think you need to stay nimble. I think, and I've learned this word a long time ago, and I kind of like it.
Nimble?
Nimble, Nimble, which means be
Interesting.
flexible, right?
Oh,
And I think, not everything's going to work out. And I think it's to be able to say, okay, this is not work out. I'm going to have to maybe do something else or
yeah,
change or even letting go of stuff sometimes that is
that's
not working.
it.
We can, especially when you're a solopreneur, you have to make sure that what you're working on is what be working on, because we tend to, I know for myself, I tend to want to jump in so many things, so many projects. Oh, this is a new course. This is an amazing, uh, okay, so I don't know if I'm still live here, but we lost Karen. But I'm sure she's going to come back. She's been having some issues with her internet. So if we're still on, yeah. So basically, nimble is being able to sometimes just, maybe just stop everything and reflect on the things that that matters to you also. And sometimes you might be passionate about something, and I think that even stopping to be passionate about something is okay too. And it's good to recognize that going forward, if you finally, or you realize that this is not this is not a good thing for me, or this is not something that I should be working on, because things change, especially and that's one thing COVID has taught me, is that everything changes. Nothing stays the same. Nothing will stay. The businesses now is not. I'm trying to keep up with the job labor market as well, how businesses are making or doing business with, or the companies that are hiring. Now companies are, you know, going away with all the brick and mortar type of businesses and just putting everything online. Um, so, so yeah, so, um, so this is, that's what I'm just going to see if I can see Karine here. And so, and I think, surrounding yourself with like-minded people, especially in the She Did It community. These people are wonderful. They they have great heart. They have amazing tools as well. They have amazing things that you can work with or collaborate.
Sorry.
I was trying to fill the gap. I wasn't sure if I was still on live, but I was going on.
Yes, you were. That's great. You know you're an interviewer when you know how to keep things going. I'm so happy. Oh my goodness. So sorry about this. I don't know, like, what's going on with my internet.
Oh, I think we might lose
We were
her
saying
again.
earlier, sometimes I'm telling you, when it comes to technology, you love
Yes,
it, you
yes.
hate it. Oh my goodness. Anyways, yes. Oh, it looks like somebody has a question. That's the first in an interview because people know that, you know what? As you being interviewed and you're normally the
Yes, right.
interviewer. So, anyways, Joanne, another Joanne has a question. Joanne, if you want to type your question, no problem. You know, we'll have Joanne answer it. But in the meantime, where were we?
So I was talking about being nimble, and I went a bit
Oh,
out,
yes, yes.
and
Okay,
also talking about that COVID made us, more flexible and
that's right.
aware. So there's a lot of lessons learned as well with COVID. It's teaching us that, hey, the way you do business, if something bad happened, you
That's it.
can change. You can, yeah, this word is overused, pivot, and it's okay. And it's giving you some power, some, to create something new, to be creative, because we're all creative, right?
That's
Like,
it.
if you have an imagination, you can create, you can be creative, you can go on, you can take a break, you can, it's all up to you.
That's it. Love that. So Joanne is asking, how do we establish our goals for 2021? I would love a method.
All right, Joanne. Well, the first thing you have to go to, and this is something also I've learned and I keep practicing, is to go inward.
Yeah.
What is it that you love? What is it that you're passionate about? What gets you up in the morning? Like, what gives you, what's your purpose? And I think, like, even purpose, like all these that I just asked, means all the same thing, but it means different things for different people.
Yeah.
And some people, purpose is it's a scary word, but it's not. It basically means, what gets you up in the morning? What gets you excited
Yes.
when you do something? So when you know that, so this is what you start with. When you know that, then that's sort of your theme, your big goal. All right. So what gets me up in the morning, for instance, for myself, is to help people, to help them go for their dream and make it happen. So that's my theme. Okay, I want to help people to go out there. So and I want to create a business of myself for me to be able to live and to help more people. So with that, so I have my four big goals for the year would be one would be to create maybe a mailing list, which I've started. So to create a mailing list, and then secondly would be to write some articles, some blogs and things like that. And then would be to also, one part would be on health, mind, and spirit is also, you have to look after yourself.
Yeah.
And then, and would be then the family. So for me would be, like, the aspect of the career or the business, the aspect of the relationships. And then underneath that, every day, underneath those four categories, I would then go on and do the daily steps.
Mm.
What little steps? And, it can be 15 minutes. So if I
Yeah.
want to write an article, and it's overwhelming at first, but okay, if Monday, I put 15 minutes or half an hour, and I start working. But the thing is that if you say 15 minutes, sometimes that can go, into an hour. So little chunks of things, and, of the things that you want to do, that's going to bring you to that big goal. That's where, and having the mindset as well.
Mm.
While you're doing this, what are you telling yourself?
That's right.
Are you being negative? Are you being positive? What are the thoughts? Because that's the other thing. If you want to go in the future, if you're seeing yourself having a successful business, you have to vision yourself there.
Yeah.
And then, so you have to go from the space where you are. If you stay looking in the back, oh, I was, I'm not making money. My business is not making money, or I'm not, you're going to stay there. So you have to vision yourself in the future, and then be that person. So
That's it.
I want to be a successful coach that helps people, and I want to help hundreds of them this year, so that's where I want to be.
Love that. I hope this helped, Joanne. So those are really, really key elements to getting those goals done this year. And, our hope is that whatever we do as a movement can actually support people in getting there. And so love that, love that. How about failures? Let's talk about that. What are your thoughts on not getting those goals done? Like, what would happen if I put a goal in January 2021 and then come December, that hasn't happened? So what are your thoughts on that?
So, when you set some goals, there are different criteria that, sometimes we set the wrong goals. They're too high or too low. There's no focus. There's no plan, like day-to-day activities. So if by the end of the year you haven't reached your goal, then you have to ask yourself, okay, so it's always good to reflect. And I did this exercise this year. I have to say, I rented space at the Espace PME. Great. So what I did, and I read this somewhere, was so you do a business plan retreat, and it's just with yourself. And the story I heard was you do it, you go to a hotel room or whatever, or just a day. So I said, I'm going to rent a space at this Espace PME and reflect on my past. Like, where have you been in all this? And this was such a great way to look at the failures, because failures is part of the journey of an entrepreneur, and you have to learn from them. You have to be able to pick yourself up, dust yourself up, and keep on going, and looking at what are the lessons learned in this failure, because and that's how you have to look at it. And then you have to then pivot.
Yes, yet again, that word.
And make sure that you don't make those same mistakes, or that, what have you learned from them? And in my case, sometimes I did set my goals too high. They were not realistic, but so make, and then having those daily action plans. So I think, that sometimes it's like maybe, the universe is saying, hey, Joanne, why are you doing that? Right? Like, and so you have to listen to those. You have to not be defeated by the failure or not reaching the goals. Okay. So if I haven't reached it, why? And then you have to reflect on that and say, okay, how can I change that? And going into 2021, how can I make it happen?
That's it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Love that. So good. So I think that, you're like a great example of what it means to persevere, of what it means to be resilient, and, ever since we met, I could really see that. Like, that's one of the things that I could see. And I believe for myself, I believe that that's a common ingredient, for female entrepreneurs that really get to their dreams. Like, being resilient, being perseverant, persisting, not giving up, right? Because it's easy to give up when we fail. It's easy to give up when things don't go our way. And so for me, you are a beautiful example of that. And I think that's part of the reason why, we connect so well,
Yeah.
and you were able to continue this journey together, because when I'm down, you're up. When you're down, I'm up. So it's awesome,
Yeah, it's been amazing working with you. And yeah, you're right. I forgot about that part in a way that and it's just amazing. And I've learned also that sometimes just reaching out and
Yeah.
sometimes we're so like want to portray that, hey, everything's okay.
Yeah.
But having those friends, having those connections, having that community, and say, something's not quite right, and then sometimes just taking that out of your head
Yeah.
and talking with friends like it's like, okay, yeah, I'm not alone in this.
That's it.
Somebody believes in me, and yes, I should keep on going, right? So
That's it.
you feel, like, even reach out to me, reach out to Karen, reach out to your friends,
Yes.
and or somebody sometimes don't always reach out to your family, because sometimes if you're in business and you tell them, they might say, well, just quit.
Absolutely.
Well, she did it. Come to us. Well, we're gonna
Yes.
and push you, to keep on going. Yes.
Absolutely, and sometimes we need motivation, sometimes we need inspiration,
Yeah.
sometimes we need, navigation in tools and resources and stuff like that. And sometimes we need a transformational experience where, it's beyond the words, it's beyond all of that, but it's just that connection, that energy that
Yeah.
is produced when we come together, and those aha moments,
Mhm.
and those, like sometimes the pivot comes when you're surrounded with other women that are doing it,
That's right.
and you
Yeah.
just get that spark, and it just makes a huge difference. So it makes it worth the journey. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And something you touched on was the tools. And I think this is where She Did It community is very good for. There's so many tools, and I've learned so much, like, just setting up a newsletter, or
Yes.
some, a mailing list. And, it was so much easier with with you and the She Did It community and the virtual assistants. So there's so much assistance and support that it's such an amazing place to be when you're starting out, when you're solopreneur, when sometimes it's so overwhelming, like even the technology.
Yes. I know. And I always say, you just need to learn,
Need to
Once
learn
you
how
know what to do, it becomes easy.
it
It's
does.
normal that it's daunting when you don't know what to do. But once you do and you want to do it, because some people don't want to do it, but if you
Yeah,
do,
yeah, exactly.
then you can learn, So, I mean, it's just a pleasure. And when you have really wonderful students like you, it makes it so much better, so much easier, so much more fun.
Mhm.
So, yeah, love that. I think we could talk for like an hour and a half, probably.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, if you get us started, forget it. It's not going to end. But
Yeah.
you know what? I think we need to conclude at this point.
Yeah, that was so fun, Karen. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for agreeing to it. And just lovely to have your insight, your wisdom, your advice. I love that. So, well, we know that people can find you here in the community, but what else do you want to share with everyone before we leave?
Well, in 2021, one of my goals is to create that newsletter. I'm already, I've quite the mailing list. I've got quite a bit of members so far, not members, but people on the mailing list.
Subscribers, yep.
And so if you want to join, you can just go to joannesaviemalone.com. I'm going to put it in there. So you can subscribe to my newsletter. I have a free PDF for you on 25 affirmations on being more productive, getting more things done, and being more optimistic in 2021. So if you want a copy of that, it's 25 amazing affirmations. And, affirmations help you stay focused, stay positive, and to keep you thinking for the future. Get away from the past, think in the future.
Love that.
So I'll put the link, joannesaviemalone.com, or you can text me. And also, there's always a free 20-minute call. If you want to have a little chat, we can talk about anything. If you have an issue or something like that, I'd be more than happy to have that conversation with anybody that wants to set up a time with me.
Love it. Chief Energy Officer. I added the chief. So and it's always amazing to be around you. You always have a way to make me laugh. You have a little thing you come up with, and I love it. So, I recommend everyone to get that 15 minutes because it's going to change your whole day. I guarantee it. So, thank you so much, Joanne, and thank you for believing in the movement, being a part of it. You are such a great addition, and we're just excited, to see where this is going to take us in 2021. So if you have parting words, then that's it. It's the moment to give the parting words, or else we'll say goodbye to everybody.
What I'd like to say is believe in yourself, believe in your dreams. It can come true.
That's it. Yes, amen to that. So thank you everyone again for tuning in. And so we hope to see you tomorrow morning at the Speed Networking. It's a unique experience. You want to be there. 11 o'clock, okay, right here in the hub. So make sure you come, spread the word.
Lots of fun.
Everybody that participates just loves it. Mm-hmm. And so definitely don't miss out on that. And also tomorrow is the walk experience. So any woman of color that is wanting to participate in this coaching session, please make sure you get in on that. So that's it for tonight. So thank you again, Joanne. And you're going to see Joanne, being the interviewer, right, from now on. So every Wednesday evening, she's going to be mostly the one interviewing. Every Wednesday evening, 7 o'clock, make sure you tune in to meet some of these amazing women in business.
Awesome.
All right. Take care, everyone. Bye. Bye.